Austel seems like it's trying to move forward, and seems like somebody's trying to do something here, trying to move forward in some special way. So we have a new development here in the city called Austel. It's a groundbreaking for the little city renovation. Someone have an idea to put the amphitheater in this area. Yeah, this is what it looks like from my perspective. City of Austel here on the peripheral of downtown. So we have here donut in the box. And what else in here? There's nothing else in here. Donut in the box and Cobb Diner. And then this new development they're trying to put in here in Austel. Anyway, this is the little city of Austel I'm trying to showcase today. Right off of Veteran Memorial Drive here in Austel. Yeah, this showcasing Love City here. Showcasing Love City here in Austel. This street is called Love Street here. I'm not sure why it's called Love Street, but it's the center of Austel here in this particular city. It's a wide cul-de-sac. If you ever come here, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a wide cul-de-sac. Cast day to day, and the thing of importance that I see here is going down this hallway. Seems like it's something that I need to capture. So I'm gonna go down in that area called Austel, see what I can come up with in this particular area. Actually, this is what's here. I'm not sure where the flag's gonna lead me, but I'm gonna go down here, see if I can at least see where the flag is going on this little thoroughfare called Austel Central Hamilton and Harris Academic Learning Center here off of Love City in Austel, Georgia. Okay, this is what I see here. I see a little town with a man standing here, and I'm not sure, but it's a man that's standing here in this little town. He meant to be immortalized. I'm gonna ride over there, walk over there to see why he's standing there. In this particular city. I'm gonna see why he's standing there in this city right in front of this American flag. I'm gonna see why he's standing there and what is being depicted here in this particular video. This man is standing here in a place called Mayor Joseph Lee Jenkins That's who it is here, and he's being immortalized here in Austel, Georgia. So I'm gonna come over here and take a couple shots of the man who's been here for a lifetime. I think actually the immortalizing this man, Joe Jensen, who was a mayor of Austel. So it's interesting to find out why Joseph Lee Johnson is being immortalized here in a statue. So I'm going to read what they say here about him. It said, Mayor Joseph Lee Jenkins. This monument honored Mayor Joe Jenkins for his dedicated service to the citizens of the city of Austel. Elected in 1989, Joe has been the longest serving mayor in the history of Austel. Known for his quiet act of kindness and his hands-on approach, he has led by personal example, the first to respond in time of crisis. His leadership has provided a firm foundation on which the city has moved forward into the 21st century. So we see here respect by his peers and his people he served. Mayor Jenkins has remained faithful to his duty for more than 20 years, continue to exhibit extraordinary vision, ever mindful of the future need of the citizen of Austel, dedicated in December 2009. So that's what this man here is being immortalized here, Joe Jensen here, in this particular picture here in Austel. It's a low sleepy town here, off of the highway, Veteran Memorial Highway, here in Austel, Georgia. Primarily, a lot of cars pass by the city because it's a major highway connecting to another major highway, which is Highway 6 and Highway, 229 or 259, heading into Atlanta. And so, as you can see, the city is empty. You can hear a lot of cars passing by and train. A lot of cars passing by and train. But what you don't see is a lot of people occupying this space here called Austel, Georgia, which is a shame. And this is where the train come through. Train depot. As the train come through here, through the city, they call it freight train. Called a freight train, but it comes through the city here every 15 minutes or whatever. The train is going, delivering goods to another part of the country, and it's intersect with other part of the country. But this city is known for the train bypass. It doesn't stop, it just passes through. Just the same thing as the cars that pass through here, and they don't stop to actually create any particular income to this particular city. So that's what Austel is known for, a pass-through city. Still a monument here, and people have in loving memory of Virginia A. Reagan, a council member who faithfully served the resident of Austel from 1995 to 2015. So what we're trying to do is remember those people who actually did something for the citizen, the service, the time for the citizen of the city. And so this is Austel that I'm being depicted here in this video here, as the cars and the train pass by, but no one is stopping in this particular city. You can hear cars, train, everything that part of commerce pass through here, but they don't stop. So I can't call it a depot, I call it a pass-through city. Pass-through city for commerce. That's what I call it. A pass-through city for commerce here off of Veteran Memorial Highway in a little town called Austel, Georgia. That's a super sport old car that just rolled by, but actually what I'm doing today is seeing what's significant of this city. And that's the only thing I've seen that is significant of this city that you want to actually capture in your portfolio of this city here called Austel. Something is covered up there. I'm not sure what it is, so I'm gonna see if I can find out what's covered up right there underneath that particular area here. Let's see what it is. Mayor Memorial Park. It's called the Mayor Memorial Park here in Austel. Mayor Memorial Park. So Austel Perimeter City. Future growth. Something gonna happen here. I'm not sure what it is, but it seems like some landscape and some excavation is taking place here. Only little thing in this city I've seen so far is called Donut in the Box. And those are the things that actually occupy this space here in Austel, Georgia. This building attract my eyes and their artistic design here in Legion Park in Austel, Georgia. Large recreational site. It's a weekday, so I'm not sure, but it seems like I have a lot of amenity set up for citizens to take advantage to come out and play. A site that caught my attention, and I'm going to go closer to see exactly what it says. To these councilmen who serve Austel with their time and effort, and to put in this gazebo, remembering them. And one of the names is Scott Thomas, Ward 2, Virginia Reagan, Ward 4, and Randy Green at large, Post 2. May 2011, it was dedicated. And who else? Christian Anderson, Ward 1, Martin Standard, Ward 3, and Trudy Courtesy at large. So this building here, or this particular complex here, was dedicated to these at-large legislatures holders in Austel. This is the entrance to Legion Park here, depicted in my video. Just came from this park here, capturing some of the amenity here in this particular park. They put in a new basketball court across the street, so the basketball lovers can come and play, pick up basketball. So you never know where the next pro guy gonna come from. He can come from this particular park here, called Legion Park here in Austel, Georgia. This is a typical log cabin here that was built as a replica that will show what they actually settlers construct to live in while they was actually disposing of a Native American while they came to this particular part of Georgia. Well, this is what a typical log cabin look like. It has one main door. I think it has 2 windows. They have a fireplace. And it seems like it's made out of pine wood, because that wood is still standing here as we see it today. It's a typical 2-bedroom house. Yeah. 4 windows, 2 different entrances. And it's not acceptable to the public, but this is what it looks like here. And it's kind of roomy. Looks small, but it's roomy. And I'm going to read on the little plaque here to see what is said about this particular building. It said that this building here was Allen Bridge Memorial Trail, dedicated by all who share the trail with him. Garrett School, Rose McNee Principal. I'm not sure what trail it is, but that's what it said. That's what the whole concept is about here with this log cabin. I don't see any trail being depicted here, so I'm going to go close. This is a cabin. It's made of, I don't think that's cement. What's in the middle here? Yeah, some kind of mortar. But it's wood underneath here. But anyway, as you can see, this is pine tree. It's been lasting a long time. Someone seemed to put a, I don't know. But anyway, this is what a typical building look like here. You know, log cabin that was built by who, I don't know. Maybe the settlers, I don't know. But could be a replica, but it cannot be a replica because look at the stonework. The stonework is significant to me. Like I said, the building is much larger than what it looks like on the outside. I would say it's about 30 feet wide by approximately 30 by 30. So that's a lot of living space for the settlers that came. The masonry work, very precise. Remind me of masonry work that was done by Afrocentric people throughout the world. If you go to the Caribbean, you'll find the same type of design using what they found here, which is rock, and they create a chimney set in here for the wintertime, so you can stay warm in this particular climate. It's not extremely cold in this climate, but it gets down like say 30, 40, maybe around 10 in December, February. So that's really chilly. If you want to be outside, you can get what we call frostbitten. I tongue-tied today anyway. So this is what captured me, is the artwork of this building, masonry work that was placed here and is still standing here after hundreds of years, I guess. I'm not saying, I don't think it's actually a replica. It seems like it's a real thing. So Yeah, I found myself exiting this little city called Austel. I'm about ready to exit this little city called Austel. And I want to capture the sign that I saw here called Austel, Georgia. So it behooved me to be part of this episode here called Austel. It said that Austel was actually established in 1885, and that's kind of strange because that was about 40 years after the Civil War. So it seemed like Austel didn't exist before the Civil War. So all of those cities sprang up. I don't know if it was land grabbers, if it was Northerners repopulating the South. But this sign said, "Welcome to the city of Austel, Georgia." And I'm happy to be part of Austel exploratory moment today. So I'm capturing a sign that said, "Welcome to the city of Austel, Georgia." Yeah, this building was built for Virgin Island veterans who, I think it was initiated by a senator called Picard. I think she was Chimey Gilbert Samuel wife. She spearheaded this project here to build these affordable houses, affordable apartment for the veterans who was coming home from St. Thomas and need some place to stay. And it was a groundbreaking. I think Chimey, who was my classmate, he's the one that did the first shovel to start this project here. Again, it was built for veterans who need some place to stay, and it was a joint venture with some kind of corporation, and that's a result. Here's what you have. There are different type level building. There are those like in a condo section and those like in a hotel type section, or if you want to call it apartment section. What I'm looking at over there really is the crest of Contan Hill, and as you look in the distance, Crown Mountain in the distance is the second largest, highest peak in St. Thomas, called Crown Mountain. As I bring my camera around, you'll see a part of Whopper storage tank, and then you'll see Crown Bay was infamous cruise ship that comes in there daily. Today happened to be Wednesday, and we have a sea of something of a sea. And in the distance you have we call it Water Island. That's Water Island out there, and if you look straight ahead, you'll see an island called Buck Island right outside St. Thomas, and then around the bend you have Hassel Island. But that's what this compound gives you as a view from this perspective. What you see here in my preview in the distance is actually a haven site, but on the hillside you have some condos. I'm not sure what the name of them are, but you're looking into Frenchtown itself from my view. And haven site, we call it Tramway, but it's West Indian company used to call it, but now they call it haven site. And a little piece of Hassel Island as we look into Frenchtown. And then from this perspective, you have the port here in St. Thomas called Crown Bay, a tropical marina, showcase with the what's the name in the distance, Water Island, which is the fourth island here in the Virgin Island. It's called Water Island after all these years, owned by the Department of Defense, to finally turn it over to the people of the Virgin Island, and they can live there now, own houses, have a hotel over there. Haven't been over there in 50 years. I'm not sure what's on the island, but now I'm not sure what's there now, but that's what it looks like from my perspective here, showcasing these areas. Yeah, so that's what these buildings look like here. Right here, I don't even see myself, but where am I? Anyway, that's what these buildings look like from this perspective here. Right here in the Virgin Island Hilton area. Back in the day, that's what it was called, Virgin Island Hilton, but today it's called the Patriot Housing Compound. Yeah, that's what the Patriot looks like. I wish I can engage someone here who live here, but it said the Patriot when I was coming in. So maybe that's, I don't see no name for it, but I think I saw a name saying the Patriot. They left out the children by putting in a small little playground here in the area here that symbolize the children. But anyway, I'm at this compound here that was formerly VI Hilton. This is what the compound looked like. The main office, I think, is it's right over here. I'm gonna see if I can walk and see if it's a rental office, but it seems like this is access to the place, and maybe I can have it. They say office hours Monday through I guess no soliciting, but I'll see if I can walk in there and get perspective what this place is about and how it came about. What's the history behind it? So I'm gonna see if I can get someone in the office there to share my sentiment.
So they change it into like a VI community housing instead.
Oh, because they were the one to help finance it.
I don't know. I don't know the fullness.
Okay.
All I know, I was kind of like the first one to ever really move up.
Move up here.
I used to be over in a 3-bedroom.
So what is it private or is it ownership? Ownership?
It's.
You can own them?
No, they haven't. No, they haven't.
So it's a corporate owned building.
Yeah, it's like a stateside. Like the companies in the states who actually run it.
So it was
ever so often they'll come down and they will like inspect and and check, make sure everything is going good and stuff.
So it was a deception then, right? Because I remember I read in the papers, right? The lady named Picard, right? Mm-hmm. And she had her husband break ground, see? And they said this was supposed to be affordable condos for veterans.
Yes.
But she gave me the impression that this place was going to be financed by the federal housing, not a corporation. Oh. So you're saying a corporation who came?
I can't say that for sure.
Okay, yeah.
I can't say that.
But you said someone come down and inspect it.
No, did I get people? Yeah. Well, I just.
So it's no longer priority for the veterans, and it's not ownership. So I can't own a condo up here. No, I can rent a condo.
I don't think it's for owning. I've never heard anyone mention.
But that's a shame, though.
Yeah.
Because what happened in this beautiful scenic compound here,
I must say it's a great place to be.
Yeah, but I'm saying
no violence, everything is just nice.
But my concept is this. You live in a beautiful place, right? But you want to have a sense of want to own it.
Of course.
And if you own it, if you rent after a certain period of time, you want to say, I want to own it.
Yeah, true.
So you're a veteran?
That's true. No, I'm not. My and I was born here.
Okay, I got you.
I don't know the history of Trinidad.
All
I know they have a lot of like Indians and stuff down
I know
there,
that you
Spanish and stuff like that.
You educate me, you know why? I never knew that Trinidad had a Spanish population. I know they had an Indian population because I've never been there. And it was originally Afrocentric. Yeah. And then what it did, it brought in the Indian to work. The British brought them working as indenture servant, right? Because they didn't want to pay the Afrocentric. You understand? Like they did it to Guyana, all in place, right? And then eventually, even though the Afrocentric became a majority, they had to wrestle it away from the Indian to gain control of it.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Indians been here before.
No, when I say Indian, we ain't talking about the Native American. We're talking about the people from India. India, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You have to, when people use the word Indian, when people use the Indian, they got to differentiate, say, no, not a Native American, but the people who came from Asia.
Yeah.
Those are the Indians that are brought in as indentured servants. Because they don't want to pay the Afrocentric people the fair wages after slavery. You see? And then they pay them $10, pay them 10 cents, right? But they was able to do what? Acquire wealth. And we couldn't buy the property because we didn't have no job.
We have none, yes.
And that was planned, right?
Yeah, rent is...
They increase the rent after you get in, huh?
Yes. It goes up a little bit sometimes.
Increment.
But it's much better than...
Going out there.
Let's say I would rather rent than own a house.
Yeah, for maintenance.
Yeah, and not just that, but you own a house, you have to pay land tax, you have to do this, and it'll be so much money. So you're paying less in renting than having your own.
But something I noticed, right, from my perspective, right? If it's a corporate piece of property, right, why they don't cut the grass?
They have somebody else.
So how come the grass growing out of perspective?
They have somebody cut it, man. The guy was just there.
I was saying to myself.
I just see the guy 2 days ago cutting the grass.
Okay.
So he does it in spurts.
Or in monthly?
Yeah, in spurts.
Yeah.
It's just him.
Okay.
So,
one guy doing this.
So this is a big thing. So
Okay. So when you have a beautiful place like this, you want to be immaculate. Because it's so beautiful to when I came up and I said, man, it's a beautiful place, but look, the grass out of whack.
You can see all the dead stuff right there. He cut it, but
I'm saying it has to be. It's so immaculate. The landscape have to represent it.
Yeah. True.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm managing him, right, and he ain't keeping his place in a month cut down, I have to tell him to cut it twice a month.
Yeah.
You understand the concept?
Yeah, true.
Even though he have the contract,
true.
cut it twice a month because I got somebody a typical resident ain't seeing what I see. I see a beautiful place, and I'm hoping that they keep it that way, immaculate, the landscaping and the building.
Well, it's been doing great. I mean, we've been there.
Here's a glimpse of the buildings that was built and the sign said Patriot Manor. It simply means the people who actually have served in the military. This place was first established to create housing for them. Later on, I was told that it opened up to everyone else because there was not enough veterans who want to live in here, because it was not really an ownership piece of real estate. It became a rental piece of real estate, and most people who are veterans, they want to own a piece of land in the Virgin Islands. So this is how it was originally set up. And so we find ourselves in this particular place called the Patriot Manor here on St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Island. And as you can see, this is what a compound looks like here from my point of view. You drive right in there. It's two different type of style. The apartment type style, and then the condos and 3-bedroom, 2-story style here at the Patriot Manor here in on St. Thomas. I came from up on the hill called the Patriot Manor. I'm now in here in this beautiful view here. As you look up here, looking into the harbor, I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm gonna finish exploring this area from my perspective to say I've been up here and check out these places here around the island that you see from a distance. I'm just showcasing them in my video today as I travel around the island. This is Water Island in the distance. As you can see, Water Island right down here in the distance. It's a beautiful Fort Island in the Virgin Island. And as you can see, this enclave here give you a beautiful view of that particular area called Water Island. And I'm gonna switch around, see if I can get Crown Bay, and I can get a little bit of Hassel Island and the West Indian Company from this particular area. But this is what the buildings look like here. This is what the building look like as you come up here. A spectacular enclave when you look at it from down there, but when you come up here, this is what it looks like really right here. This is a different perspective of the island view, looking into this beautiful, we call it Crown Bay, with the mega ships in here, and the ports. And at the other end here, what you have here, you have tropical, and over here you have Frenchtown. I would think this would be a beautiful place to come up and get a sunset, but this is what it looks like from my perspective. As I move my camera around, I'm going to show you a different perspective of this place here. And it's a little stiff here, but this is a different perspective of a view that you can have as you travel around this island here. You're looking into a Frenchtown itself on the hill, and where I'm shooting this from is the condos up here on this hill. But this is it, really. A beautiful perspective of island living from a different angle. You see? Came from that hillside called Patriot Manor up there, and if you ever down Niski Center, you look up in the hill from here, you'll see these buildings up here, which is a spectacular view to look at. You just gotta come up and be part of them, because in St. Thomas you have different living experience. Some people choose to live in condos. Some people choose to live in their own home. This happened to be a condo up here on the hill, and it has immaculate view of the harbor and everything else. This I just came from is called Heritage Hill condominiums here on St. Thomas. There's Mahogany Estate guest house here that been existing for a long time in this place. This is a circle. Mahogany Estate here. Small houses and the enclave. And I like this house here. Special design house in the corner. I'm not sure who it's for. But in the hillside up there, that's what it looks like. But anyway, this is Mahogany Estate here. My cousin Doradine Williams lived right here in this place called Mahogany Estate right there. My sister live, and I don't know if that's her. It'd be shocking if that's her. She get out of that car. It'd be shocking to me. To. I know the Watley very well. And I think the guts start from right here. Right here is where the guts start. The young gut right here. And then flow down there. This is a big gut here that comes from the hill. And the beginning of the young gut is right here. Coming through Savan, going all the way out to Main Street. This cotton tree here been here over hundreds of years, and it's right up here by the young property where it all began to flow, the gut flow into this particular place. It's a huge cotton tree here. It looks like cotton to me, but it may not be cotton. The gut start right here. As you can see, big gut up there. The big gut called the young gut here. Water come all the way down from up there into here. Come from Solberg, Sibley, but it comes down through this area here and enter into the young gut here, come through his property. Some remnant of the water here that settled here. So it's always to be moist here. That's sharing when you come up here and play in this gut called the young gut. This is what some of that property look like here. It's been abandoned. So it's not as how it used to be in the heyday. Everything changed, I guess. People abandoned the property. And that's what we got today. You all along this road here and head past Prince David Yard by the calendars them in there. So what we got here is banana bean plant in here, and this gut now coconut trees along this thoroughfare here. And these houses still remain. It was built by Tutorial people. As you can see how close they are. You just get a house spot. You just only get a house spot. And the people just put the house up on the house spot here in this particular area. You know Maurice?
Yeah.
Okay, which one of them is ours? Is his? And you're a good guy to talk to, man, because man, we should play this. We should sail a boat in this thing. We should sail a boat in this thing. But you know who polluted? Them house above. Yeah. Yeah, they pollute the gut. It used to drink the water. Yeah, yeah.
It's sweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know what?
Back for, man.
Huh?
How long you back for?
Substation on St. Thomas looking into the famous Fort Christian and famous new development here. Further down to Frenchtown, into Hassel Island, into Wynwood Passage, into the legislature's building, and beyond on the hill of Mountaintop, federal building, and local prison with a view. And here's the harbor of Charlotte Amalie, U.S. Virgin Island, situated right here from